Hello, welcome back, welcome to another Onkruid video. Unedited Soulstone Survivors. We're playing with the upgraded Barbarian today instead of the upgraded Houndmaster, and I am headed straight for the corner because we are still trying to get those speedruns in there. Off camera yesterday I actually got a new and improved top speed of 8 minutes and 30 seconds, which is just mind-bogglingly great in my opinion. I'm really satisfied with that time. But I am still aiming for that sub 8 minute mark, you know, that would really be amazing. That would just hit the spot, that would butter my egg roll and make me satisfied. Sub 8 minutes is a very impressive time in my opinion. I don't see a lot of people in the Discord flaunting around their sub 8 minute times, because I don't think a lot of people can get it. The developer of the game is actually also active in the Discord. Give me something good. Stack of bleed, there's a chance of applying poison. Yeah, sure, we can do that. We can start delving into effects and debuffs early. Maybe that will be a nice approach to kill enemies faster, especially the lords, because they have a lot of health, of course. The developer, the main developer, is also active in the Discord, and he is... That's not great, that's not great. Shadowbolt is kinda nice, the Doom is fine, the Templar's Verdict is also... I want something... No, I want something clean. Poison Bomb. Poison Bomb is a good skill. He is also sharing his fast times and stuff, but interestingly enough, he is playing on like his developer build of the game. So most of the time you see skills in his action bar that you have never seen before. And it's such a nice way of teasing your new upcoming updates, right? Because he is being very active with the community and stuff. He is really involved with the discussion, because speedrunning is a hot topic on the Discord lately. So he is including himself in that debate, in that trend. But at the meantime, he is also teasing us with some new content. I will banish this. I will also banish movement speed. I will banish frailty. I will banish swift. I'll go for magnetic. That was a lot of banishes, but I just want to thin out the pool of passive upgrades a bit, you know. It's not that I don't like extra dashes, it's not that I don't like extra movement speed, but in speedruns you're always staying in the same spot either way, so you don't really need... don't really like that, so you don't really need those movement speed bonuses or other utility skills. You just need to be damaged, you just need to deal a whole lot of damage. That's all there is to it. Slows also apply fragility? Sure, we can try. I think it's not going to be the fastest build out there, because we're going way too many slow upgrades that include a lot of passive debuffs and stuff, but we can still have fun and we can still aim for a sub 10 minute mark. I think one of the great misconceptions about speedrunning, and something that I also definitely have, because you always see, I don't like any of these, you always see like the best runs and the world records pop up on YouTube and stuff, and you give them a look and you're like, hey, that's a fast time, that's really cool. And that's why you think that they will always improve their time in every single run, but that's so far from the truth. Speedrunning is one of those skills, one of those hobbies that you really need to invest a whole lot of time in, of course. And it is because, well, you are not ever... we've used all our rerolls and stuff already. You are not ever gonna be able to just increase your time or decrease your time, I guess, on every single run, on every single iteration. No, there's definitely gonna be some practice runs in there as well, where you don't actually get a better time than what you already have, but you just got some practice in there. And that's something that I need to realize, that not every run is gonna be an improvement, but every run is still definitely gonna be fun. I'm not tired of this game yet, and I will not be for a long time. I simply cannot wait for the full release, you know, or well, for the pre-release. I'm equally excited for the pre-release as for the full release. What else am I excited for? I am excited for the pasta we are eating later today. Let's go for Shadow Spikes. We always like Shadow Spikes. On 3 minutes for the Plague Bearer, that's not that great. At least we are getting rid of him quite fast, but I think we're gonna really need to step up our game if we want to have a fast time in here. I'm looking forward to our pasta. We're making a simple pasta with a pesto sauce. Touch of ice because of our hypothermia. We're also applying fragility. And we're making it creamy as well. So we got some pesto in there. We got a lot of olives in there. We got some bacon in there. Do I really like any of these? I guess I might like the lightning bolt even more than the double slash. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it at this, I think. Applying bleed to the target, that's so slow. I think I would rather have the area of effect for my poison bomb. If I could get that to almost cover the screen, that would be really helpful. So yeah, what else? We have some olives, we have some mushrooms, we have some actual bacon for the proteins, even though bacon probably doesn't have that many proteins, but at least it's meat, and meat has a bunch of proteins most of the time, I think. I'm not an expert, I'm not a dietary expert, but it is gonna be rather delicious, probably. Multicast for the poison bomb, don't mind if I do. If we can get that to hit the Lord, it will provide a nice burst of damage. Area effect for swings. No, not really, not really. Sure. We want our... It's mainly for our Templar's Verdict to be larger, because that is, of course, a very powerful ability. Relentless. Cast time reduction, that's always something we are aiming for. Nothing here, even more area. Apparently, area of effect is something you definitely want to aim for when you're trying to go for a speedrunning build, because you want to, of course, have a large area of effect to make sure that you clear out the screen in its entirety. Increased damage or more area modifier of the poison bomb. I think I'm gonna go for more area modifier. The lords are so easy to defeat, you know, so you really have to focus on your ability to kill the smaller monsters more often, and that's where area, of course, comes in. Our poison bomb is already insanely large. Frostbolt and skeletal archers, multicast chance. Multicast skeletal archers is not that ideal. Or well, it's not that great. Multicast frostbolt is, I guess, kinda nice, but it's only level 1. But the poison bomb is level 5, so increasing that multicast chance is something I am more looking after, I think. Leviathan, you can never go wrong with just a steady damage increase. It does make me quite slow, but as I talked about, movement speed is not that important. Leviathan again, even though I would also upgrade, I would also like to upgrade my skeletal archers a bit, but I'm still focusing on the all-around damage a bit more. Yeah, sure, we will go attack speed specifically for the frostbolt, because it is a larger increase than when we would actually pick the global attack speed upgrade. And I did that because... increase the area of Templar's Verdict and Poison Bomb. Sure. We are getting a nice and large AoE up there. Again, we're not going to be setting record times in here, but we are going to be quite fast. Am I going to go with a controversial decision to replace one of my skills? I think I am. And I think I'm going to replace the double slash. I know. It's weird. It's crazy, right? But these skills just deal more damage. We don't really want any of these. I guess I'll go for the critical hit so that we can be more prone to one-shot the lords. Where did it spawn? Over here, right? Nope, up there. Come on. We need our minions to do nice things for us now. Not many abilities are hitting the lord. Where are our minions? Ay, that was slow. It was still quite fast, I guess, but for what we're used to, it's actually pretty slow. I don't think the rare power for bleeds, because bleeds are too slow. We want our area to be increased. And what else do we want to be increased? Happiness. Happiness in our life. And I think I'm doing a great job at that. Even though... multicast for the skeletal archers and stuff and the shadow spikes. Yeah, sure, for once, I guess. I'm just enjoying my life. I'm having a blast. And that includes not having a job, of course, because that gives me a whole lot of time for YouTube and stuff. So it's bound to change someday, sooner or later, but I don't think that getting a job will make me just, in general, sad. I think it's a nice next chapter in my life, and it's something I'm looking forward to. But I am, of course, gonna have a lot less time to do all the other fun things, like going bowling, like reading books, like creating YouTube videos. I think I'm gonna have to give up some of those things if I actually start to go for a job, or otherwise I'm just gonna have the longest days in existence where I need to go bowling after work, then read a book, then record a YouTube video, then go to sleep at 12, and I will have no time left for any other social activities and stuff. I guess bowling kind of is a social activity already, but I think you get my point. It's definitely something that's gonna bring some changes, you know? It's a whole change of routine in life. I must say though that lately I haven't been reading that much books, or not as many books as I would actually like to. I've just been so busy with all these other things, all these other hobbies. Right now I'm waiting to get into Mick Cooper's Existential Therapy, Existential Therapies. This little bad boy right here. There we go. Beautiful cover. A book on, you guessed it, existential therapies, huh? I know. It also shakes up whatever I thought to be right and just in this world, that the book titled Existential Therapies is actually about existential therapies. but it's definitely a form of therapy and a knowledge domain in life that I want to get more knowledgeable about and want to get more into. In every job application mail I send, I am also talking about, hey, this type of therapy really interests me, so I should like practice what I preach and actually get into it a bit more. I know the basics, of course. I know something about Frankl. I know something about Yalom. I know about his existential givens of, for example, loss, death, choice, freedom, connectedness, loneliness, things like that. I know all about them. I don't know all about them. Nobody knows all about them, but I have thought about them in the past, and I feel like I could have a nice conversation with a future client about those topics, and that's exactly what I am aiming for, what I am striving to do. I want to bring those existential domains out of the dark. I know what I want to say in Dutch, but I don't know how to say it in English. I want to get them out of the taboo sphere. That's what I'm trying to say in Dutch, but I can't really come up with what I want to say in English. I want those topics to be less avoided, because they are related to every single one of us. Every one of us is situated somewhere on those existential domains. Everyone has experienced death, loss, freedom, choice, loneliness, connectedness. Everyone has been confronted with those topics, and a lot of people just shut up about them, sadly, because they think that they are like too serious of topics to talk about just regularly. But I think that's a wrong approach. I think we should all look into the existential domains sometimes. Maybe I'll read a bit of Frankl, read a bit of Yalom, read a bit of Mick Cooper maybe, but I'm not sure about that yet because I haven't read the book yet, as I just told you guys. As I suspected, the run is not going to be our sought after sub 8 run. It might still be sub 9, but I think we're looking more at a sub 10 run. We didn't quite get every piece of the puzzle that we wanted, and I think especially in the skills department we kind of got lackluster abilities. In the active abilities, the weapon abilities, that's what I'm talking about then. We also never got Vicious Strikes, which is like you critical hit max health enemies all the time. Shadow Spikes is not the best ability, Frostbolt is not the best ability. We got our Skeletal Archers a bit on the later side. All in all, not the best run, but still a very enjoyable and quite quick run. We might still be able to hit that sub 9, but it's going to be very, 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 very close. We're going to need to spawn 100 enemies at once all of a sudden, which is not going to be possible. It's going to be sub 10. Sub 10 is my prediction. We watched The Great Gatsby 2 days ago, a movie I never watched before. I knew about the title. I knew somewhere in the back of my mind that it was not really that conscious knowledge that I could just like summon up at a moment's notice, but I knew somewhere in the back of my mind, in the back of my cortex, in the back of my hippocampal storage area, which is mostly where the memory is situated in us humans. I know that it was written by Scott Fitzgerald, but I didn't know anything else about the story. And now I am really glad that I introduced myself, or my girlfriend introduced me to it, I guess, because I never saw the movie before, and I really, really look forward to reading the book sometime, you know? They often say that for most pieces of media, the book is better than the movie. You don't have to pick up this crystal, by the way, it will just get added to your storage automatically. And I really want to get into the book, to kind of get really into the depths of that story, into what is actually happening there, you know? What is it actually about? Because just watching the movie confused me a lot, but I still enjoyed it a lot because of the screenplay, all the dynamics in the characters and stuff, even though it was confusing and it left a bit of a bitter taste in my mouth at the end. It was a good ending, I believe, but it left a bit of a bitter taste in there. It was not really what I expected. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but if you haven't watched The Great Gatsby yet, give it a look. Tobey Maguire's acting is quite great in that, and he's also just a funny character because he always just tags along for the ride. It also features Leonardo DiCaprio, of course, and it features Elizabeth Debicki, who also plays one of the he also plays in Tenet. She's also an actress there. All in all, enjoyable movie, directed by Bas Luhrmann. Yeah, that's that quiz mind, that old noggin coming in. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.